The new AI update to Gmail is massive, but not in the way that you might think. The email drafts are still kind of garbage, but there's some serious magic buried in this update that nobody's really talking about. For the first time ever, Gmail, your Google Drive, and the live internet are all connected and talking to each other through Gemini. Today, we're going to look at 10 quick ways that this can save you a ton of time and improve your work and personal life. These AI agents are now breaking out of the chat box and into our lives in a pretty major way. There are a bunch of features involved in this new Gmail integration, but where we're going to be focusing here is on asking Gemini to cross-reference things with our inbox along with our Google Docs and the internet. So this is where I want you to be focused right here. This little Ask Gemini button is really where all the magic happens with this new integration. And the most obvious way to use this is just to search your inbox, and that's kind of where my brain stopped. I was like, why can't I just use this search bar up here? But there's a ton of things that you can do with this AI integration that you can't do with this normal search bar at the top. And for these, we're going to jump into the cheat sheet. I make a cheat sheet like this for every single video that I create. There are now over 165 of these available instantly to anybody who joins my Patreon. The first prompt I'm going to use here is sort of this self-accountability prompt saying, which promises have I made for work emails in the past 30 days that I did not follow through on? Dropping that right in here. And this indeed surfaced a service agreement that I need to return to somebody, as well as some things from a past meeting that I made a commitment to follow through on. So that is a pretty good way to just get a feel for, hey, do I owe anybody anything? Now there's a more granular way you can do that as well by just saying, hey, I have a meeting with this person coming up. Can you find all the relevant email threads from that meeting and pull those together to make sure I've covered all the action items that I need to do to prep for a specific meeting. You can also flip that and say, hey, okay, what promises were made to me that no one has followed up on? So you can do this if you're managing a team, what on the team, who on the team owes me XYZ, or, what did people promise to send me that they didn't send me? Let's see what this brings in. And just like that, we found a few things that I definitely need to follow up with folks on that have not followed through on the things they were going to send me. This next prompt really gets at the nuance available with this new AI integration into your inbox. Now, I've managed many different teams, and one of the number one things that is always on my mind is the team capacity. Who's over capacity? Who's under capacity? You can use a prompt like this to get a really good feel for what's going on and reading between the lines of your team. It basically just says, hey, based on the email tone, volume, and response times from my team over the past 2 weeks, who seems overloaded and who might have capacity. So that inbox is really a central place for not only the communications going on, but getting a feel for what's going on with the team and even different stakeholders, different clients. You can think of different ways to use this to get a feel for what's going on big picture. The inbox is one place that I get all sorts of information for learning about AI and building these videos. I subscribe to a lot of different newsletters, and this one has been really helpful because I want to, at a glance, get a feel for where's the overlap between these newsletters. So let me just copy and paste this into Gemini. This just says, take a look at the email newsletters I've received in the past week and find what topics are mentioned in multiple newsletters. So of course, I've got a lot of AI newsletters with image generation, major tech partnerships, AI infrastructure, all the stuff. Anthropic's Cowork, which is a really cool feature you should be checking out if you haven't already. You can then drill in deeper and say, hey, tell me more about Anthropic's Cowork. And this pulls all of the nuance out of those different email newsletters. And a really cool thing is it cites the sources here. So if you're a fan of NotebookLM, one of the great things of NotebookLM is that it is really tied to the source material. That same technology is being used here and citing the different email newsletters or really any of the emails that you are referencing in your Gemini chat. We're going to come back to the newsletter and industry intelligence use case in just a second, but I want to flip over now to this inbound request management. So if you're operating a business or even just running a family, you're getting hit with requests, and there's a lot of garbage, there's a lot of spam, as you know, but there may be some gold in there, especially if it's a general inquiry inbox. Sometimes there's all sorts of garbage in there, but you might find one great client request in there. So for me, sponsors oftentimes reach out, and I may be traveling. I may miss some of these. So this is a great prompt to help me make sure that I'm not letting any of those opportunities fall through the cracks. I'm dropping this one in, and it's just saying, hey, what requests have been made of me in this email in the past 2 weeks that I haven't responded to? Look for questions, action items, etc. And this is super helpful to highlight these different requests that these different sponsors have reached out for. Right away, I'm seeing some things that I should have jumped on, but I probably missed while I was traveling at CES in Las Vegas last week. The flip side of that may be just keeping in touch with business or personal relationships using this prompt. This one just says, who did I used to have regular contact with that I've stopped corresponding with? Find contacts where I used to email frequently but have not communicated in the last 90 days. And that is right on the money, pulling together somebody that I've been meaning to reach out to. Now here's one, if you get nothing else out of the video, this one alone should be helpful. If you are ever in a difficult situation, like sometimes people are not paying you, or you're sending multiple requests out and just getting ignored, this prompt can save the day. So it says, I've requested payment a couple times from a certain individual. Can you look at my past conversations and help me strategize on what I can say to move this situation along? Previously, you'd have to copy and paste all the old email strings into Gemini to get a good draft and get Gemini to understand, the history of the relationship. That is all in the inbox there right now. So that can be for, people who haven't paid you. That can be for prospects who haven't returned your request for a meeting or request for a call. That can be on the personal side as well, of a friend, someone who you've been reaching out to, trying to reconnect with. That can be really super helpful. Now you've got all the context of all the history of the email right there in your inbox, and Gemini there to help you find and strategize on what you might be able to say next to move that situation forward. Now moving from just using Gemini to reference your email inbox to using Gemini to look at your Google Drive and documents to help you when you're crafting different emails. This is a prompt that can connect your Gemini inbox directly to any FAQ document you have in your Google Docs. So I've got this FAQ document here in my Google Docs with questions about where the recent call recordings are for my different Patreons. And then when I get any of these frequently asked questions, I can just drop this prompt right into Gemini, and that little @ sign will know to look for my FAQ doc. You can see that's the same name as what I've named this, and it's pulled together a perfect draft based on that FAQ that you can just copy and paste right into the string there. So you can use that for any of your own FAQs, or you can think of rolling that out to your team, so they have that FAQ to reference and easily provide customer support that way. Now, the flip side of that is to use your email to update that FAQ using this prompt. Let me grab this, copying that right in. This one just says, I'd like to update my FAQ with questions I get asked. Can you look at my past email responses and help me create this update? Fantastic. It has all these questions that I get. I'm not a coder and I feel overwhelmed. Questions about my in-depth training. Super cool here. So I can just copy all of this right back into my FAQ document. And now I've got that there to reference for all of the future questions that come in. There is so much that can be done with this functionality. It is really hard to wrap my head around. Here's one for project tracking where you can say, hey, here is the project plan document, and then use the little @ symbol to link to your project planning document. And then following up with, based on all email communications of this project in the past 2 weeks, are we on track? What items in the plan have been discussed and what need attention? So this is a way where right there in your inbox, you can get a feel for where you're at with the project and then begin reaching out to the specific stakeholders to make sure you are moving that project forward. You can do the same thing with home maintenance. So right there, referencing any sort of home maintenance documents that you have, and then emailing any contractors or service professionals that you need to right there. And while we're on the topic of service providers, this is a great segue into the next category of use cases, which is real-time research research that you can do without leaving Gmail. Getting back to the use case of looking at sponsors who have reached out to me, there's a few in here and I haven't always heard of these, so I can use a prompt like this to search for reviews and information about them to sort of vet them before I respond. And there you go. It's gone out and searched the internet and pulled in both positive and negative sentiments, all with citations here. So you can think about using this for anytime somebody reaches out. Sometimes there's something that seems like it could be spam, but you want to make sure you can double check it using this, or really anytime anybody's making a request of you or you're thinking of moving forward with a vendor of some kind, you got the live internet search right there to start digging in and maybe helping you sculpt some questions you want to ask of them in your response. So while it seems like a simple thing, having that internet right there in your inbox can save you a lot of brain power when you're context switching between searching and responding to an email. But the real power comes now when you combine all of these different integrations into one workflow, which is what we're going to look at next. Here's the magic of the multi-source workflow. This can be killer for any sort of sales prospecting, but also if you're trying to get a community event off the ground or even a, extended family get together, that type of thing. Here's a prompt that I am going to drop into Gemini right here. And all this says is, here is my lead list spreadsheet. And I've linked to that using that little @ sign. And let's go one by one and search the web for recent news in the past week. Then search all my emails for existing correspondence with these folks. And based on all that, help me craft my next communication. And it's gone in there. It's looked at the first few in that list, searched the recent conversations, pulled in some recent news, and it is planning the next communication with the draft follow-up right here. So doesn't get easier than that, folks. We are now seeing these chatbots break into our inbox, and it's going to start appearing everywhere. As I was clicking around, I'm starting to see this now in Google Docs. And, they've tried this before. It just hasn't worked well. We're now getting to the point where it is starting to work. These agents are actually starting to work in areas outside of just that regular chatbot. So you don't have to copy and paste everything in and out of the chat box, to give it the context to get something valuable. It's now able to go out and source that from your inbox, the live internet, your documents. There's a ton of things you can do with this stuff. And I've gone through 10 things here. I'm going to go through a couple more, but in the cheat sheet, I've got over 100 different ways that you can use this. So if you're interested in supporting this channel, check out the Patreon link in the description. You can get access to this cheat sheet and over 165 others instantly by joining the Patreon. But you can do this same process with, here's a list of home improvements, and linking to a document that has your home improvement wish list. It says, hey, take a look at the next couple items on the list. Help me find qualified individuals in my area that might help, and then start building that outreach right there. So think about it. So much of what you do is in that inbox. Connecting all these things together is really going to be a place, I think, where you end up living is inside that Gemini inbox there, where you can just immediately shoot things off and move things forward very quickly without, that context switching of going do a search here and, copying and pasting something into Gemini and getting, all your email history in there and then copying that back into the inbox. It's all right there, ready to go for you. So mastering this workflow is, I think, a killer way to stay ahead in this world of AI. You can do the reverse of that project management workflow, where you can say, hey, look at all of the emails related to a certain project and match that up to our project plan. Give me a summary of what we need to add to that project plan or modify that project planning document so that it is up to date. So you can use this not only to pull things from your Google Drive into your inbox, but also the reverse. Based on all the communication that's gone on, what is the update that I then need to copy into the specific documents to keep that all up to date? Getting back to that newsletter use case that I talked about earlier, finding and surfacing those trending topics in the newsletters, that's just the tip of the iceberg, because then you can use the live search to go out and find more information of those, again, right there in Gemini in your inbox. Then you might compare that to a different project plan or some of your goals that you might have documented in your Google Docs. And you might say, who do I need to reach out to? What action items do I need to take right now in my inbox to adjust for these new trends, and do that all right there in one flow state in your inbox. So again, there is a ton in this cheat sheet. This is well over 20 pages. It's going to be way more by the time I'm done with it. I didn't even get to this testimonial mining. This is a really cool one, looking at past emails where customers express positive feedback or praise, so you can then compile those into testimonials. But as I was clicking around in here, I found something that blew my mind. You can access gems right here inside of Gemini in your inbox. Now this opens up a whole huge Pandora's box of other use cases. You can not only access your gems, but you can create a gem right in here. So that's the next step I want you to take. I've created a whole video all about understanding gems and what they can do. There's a link to that video right here. I will see you over there.
Make your dreams